Right now, we have someone very exciting to talk to. Kal Penn is here from his latest show, the host of Money Hungry. Kal Penn is here to chat about this new high-stakes food competition that was the ultimate test for people's taste buds. Kal, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. How's it going?
Great. So tell us about the concept of this show. How does it work?
Sure. So the concept of the show, unlike a lot of food shows where it's based on the cooking itself, our show is based more on the tasting. So it's a competition show where people who have really incredible senses of taste, mostly they're cookbook writers, amateur chefs, food bloggers, so people who live in the food space but maybe aren't quite as pro as you're used to seeing, they're the contestants. And they taste these dishes. They have 15 challenges. They taste each dish, and they have to basically answer questions like, how long was this piece of pasta cooked for? 4 minutes or 13 minutes? What's the missing ingredient in this particular salsa? And they get harder and harder as it goes up from, challenge 1 to challenge 15. If they win all 15, they walk away with $50,000. So what's been really interesting is obviously, like, you can tell if there's salt missing from a dish, but as it gets harder and harder, the things that they know and the things that they have to dig deep into their knowledge base for was super interesting to me, and I hope for the audience too.
So what happens if it's just too difficult? Are there any lifelines here for these people?
Yeah, so they have two what they call flavor favors, very similar to lifelines on other shows. We have 2 judges. The judges are people who are bona fide foodies, right? They're food show hosts, they're restaurateurs, they're chefs who have had high levels of training. One of them tastes the dishes, every single dish, just like our contestants are, so that if they dip into that lifeline or that flavor favor, the judge or the chef can chime in with their opinion. But otherwise, they're kind of on their own. There is one other point at which I think it's about the halfway point. If they make it, I offer them $5,000 to just walk away.
Wow.
No questions asked. And for some of them, I was really curious who took it and who didn't take it as the season progressed, because some of them really struggle early on, and then if they pass that halfway mark, they're like sailing through, and then obviously vice versa depending on how nervous they are. But so I guess from in that sense, it was also like just a really interesting human psychology thing to just be offering somebody $5,000. Do you want to walk away, or do you want to try for $50,000 if you taste the food and get it right?
And I can't wait to watch this. Your resume is just so impressive. You're an actor. You were a White House staffer. Why did you want to be a part of this show?
Great question, and thank you for asking it. One of the things I love about food is sort of what I also love about comedy, which is that it can bring people together, right? Everybody loves to eat. We may not all like to eat the same things, but we pretty much all eat, especially coming out of the last year and a half that we've all had kind of in isolation. So I love that there's a story connected to each dish on our show. I may not know what those stories are, but between the contestants and our judges, our official tasters, I consider myself a foodie, but that's such a wide word to say that, I am not a chef. I did not go to culinary school. So hearing the stories about different ingredients that came across the world with different human migration patterns and how that might play into whether one of my contestants is going to walk away with $50,000. That kind of stuff it's not just about whether that person wins money. It's about the stories that unite all of us through food, right?
Well,
and I
Kal,
thought that
we cannot wait to watch this show. So excited for you. And Money Hungry premieres next Tuesday.